Yeah, so this match is going to take place on Pacific, which once again, if you played any ranked, you'll recognize the map because it's on the ranked ladder.
Uh, is it a new map? I haven't played this too much or at all.
No, I don't think it's new. I mean, I think it was new with the last patch that went out.
Yeah, so I haven't played much in this patch, so maybe that's why.
So if I recall correctly, the starting locations are located on each of these islands. So one here, one here. It'll be interesting to see what they opt to do.
I guess there will be some bots early on in the Navy, I guess.
Yep, and if you haven't played Planetary Annihilation lately, and are worried that this match is naval, don't worry. The last patch that went out almost a month ago did a lot of naval changes, a lot of naval balance changes, and also introduced subs, which are pretty much the powerhouse of naval. If you're trying to take over water, that's pretty much how you do it at Tier 1. So over on this island, we see Xankar. He has opted to go naval first, putting out a naval factory and then a naval fabber. Gregorianmonks over here in purple has also opted to go naval first and is already starting on an air factory. Go ahead and pop picture in picture so we can keep an eye on his base while I go back and look at Xankar. Xankar putting down his air factory. Now, as I said before, both players know where the starting locations are because they're fixed. There's one on each side. So really the only scouting to be done is not finding your opponent, just finding out what your opponent is doing, which can be very helpful and is pretty much required if you're playing in ranked.
Gregorian is starting with Bomber, while Xankar is starting with Interceptor. So that's quite a huge advantage for Xankar if he catches the Bomber, and he most likely should.
Yep, he's got a fire to go out. Looks like he's going
Wow,
straight for the bomber. Wow.
That's
That
actually
was
quite significant difference because right now he will have air dominance and that means that his fabricators most likely will not be sniped out, and while Gregorian Monks has to worry about losing them.
right. Absolutely.
That might translate into making some AA ships or something, so
and I
that
don't
might
see
snowball.
I do not see another bomber coming out for Gregorian monks, and this little frigate here, the Piranha. Oh, no, that's a scout ship. It's getting very, very close to Gregorian monk's base. Oh, it does have a weapon. It does have a weapon, and it starts pounding against this fabrication ship, and it's gone.
Oh,
And he's just going to start taking out metal extractors. Oh, okay. He left a little bit of health on that metal extractor. I got a little worried there.
yeah, Xankar is already quite ahead, I think. Such snipe on the ship is really important, and I mean fabricator ship, and it means that Gregorian monks has to send a new fabricator out of his naval factory, while Xankar already is making stuff, and already, as you see, you can see it's 20 metal. He's 20 metal ahead, and now it's almost 30, which is actually very, very huge difference. So such a little thing might actually make enormous difference.
If you can force your opponent to constantly have to build more fabbers in order to expand, I mean, they're spending money building fabbers while you're spending money building units to keep them from expanding and building more fabbers. It becomes a very negative, very negative loss. Like, it doesn't seem like much. Like you're just killing a little fabber. Like how bad could that be? Well, it's pretty bad. You start losing fabbers left and right early on.
Yeah, when I play versus top players, such loss actually might just end the game right there. So, assuming that Xankar doesn't make really huge mistakes, the game might even be over. I mean, probably not, but it's that caliber of the difference.
Oh, and a fabrication ship down for Xankar. Nice torpedoes coming in from Gregorian monks.
Oh, the submarines are really good, actually.
Yeah, submarines are really good. They are basically the anti-ship du jour in this game right now. And there goes down another fabrication ship of Gregorian monks. Death by Orca.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out strategies on the fly right now. I'm thinking for the next week already.
Oh, see now you get to cast this game, and you're getting intel on all these people.
Obviously, that was part of the plan already.
Whole plan.
Sneaky.
That's right. Xankar pushing out with some more boats, trying to take out more of Gregorian Monk's stuff.
Yeah, again, I don't think pushing out so hard is a good idea. He will, Gregorian Monks has defender's advantage, and those ships will most likely just get owned. But for the most time, Xankar has 20 metal advantage, but he is floating quite a lot of metal.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's around that 20. Now it's even 40, which means that he has advantage, but he isn't using it. So for anyone out there who wants to be better at planetary annihilation, just the key, one of the most important things in PA is to not float metal, not have excess metal, and that's like basically the most important thing.
Yeah, for those of you not totally familiar with PA or don't play it competitively, floating metal up here when these numbers turn blue, you'll see on the left-hand side here is the amount of metal income per second that Xankar has right now. The other side of the slash, if it's blue, shows how much metal he is not utilizing, means his metal storage is completely full, and any metal that he has coming in is just being wasted, not stored, not spent on anything. Which in this game, as Matisse said, is very bad, and is also a bad habit of a lot of new players. You want to spend all the metal that you have, or at the very least, make sure that it goes into storage and that your storage doesn't get all the way full. Typically you'll see players either stay even, or they might even stall a little bit where these numbers turn red and you're spending more metal than you're actually gaining. It's actually better to be a little red than to be wasting metal at all.
Exactly.
Oh man, so Xankar's got a pretty good navy going. He's taking pot shots here. Looks like Gregorian Monks has got a pretty good air force going, trying to pick off some of these metal extractors from Xankar.
That's actually really nice. It seems like Xankar doesn't really have enough anti-air, so yeah, how many air factories? Yeah, Gregorian Monks is going really heavy into air. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 air factories, which means that he doesn't really have any he doesn't have many ships, but he has air dominance, and already you see he has 30 metal advantage right now, so that's quite huge.
He's chipping away at it even more now.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, how is he gonna defend this push that's coming with like 15 boats or 10 boats from Xankar?
Not with bombers.
Yeah, that's gonna be really hard, and it's. I think he might suffer quite heavy losses from this push.
Yeah, I mean, going air is nice. You get a lot of early gains because you're more mobile than your opponent. You can go and try to choke off their expansions, kill their metal extractors. But then when you encounter their navy, like what's happening over in Gregorian Monk's base, that's when things start to fall apart. Bombers are okay taking out navy, but as long as you've got enough of these narwhals, their anti-ship guns, like they'll chew through some bombers. And navy also has a pretty significant number of hit points. So if you're going to take on somebody's navy, you're going to need a whole lot of bombers.
It's losing a lot of them. Basically, every bomber is dead right now.
All the bombers right there. See, all the bombers are gone now. He's got some more bombers he's going to try to bring in.
Yeah, he took out a lot of those ships, so he should clean up the rest. While he's still having economy advantage right now. 40 metal, that's quite a lot. So
yeah, but in the process, he lost so much of his air force.
Yeah, he lost, but look, what does Xankar have right now?
Not much.
Doesn't have. Yeah, look, that's
not
have
much.
Exactly.
He's down on units. He's down on metal. He's not really in a great spot right now.
Yeah. So it was a lot of losses, not really cost efficient for Gregorian. Sorry, for Xankar. Yeah, for Gregorian, but it still ends up quite nicely for him.
Yep. And now Gregorian going on the offensive, trying to bring in these bombers, but running into some anti-air and some narwhals. He's going to have to pull away.
Yeah. So
Xankar needs
Xankar
to
is
take
not
this.
really. Yeah,
I was gonna say Xankar really needs to take this time to try to expand out. Looks like he's got some fabbers going out. He really needs to get his metal economy going again, especially if he's going to try to get this advanced naval factory up and running.
Yeah, and now the Gregorian monks is transitioning into advanced naval factory. That's
Yep.
actually quite brilliant, I think. He used air to get map control and more metal, and now he's using it to get more efficient ships, which is very nice, I think.
Absolutely.
Strategy.
It's a very, very good strategy.
Yeah,
It
because
seems to be working well for him so far. He's
Yeah.
got more metal income. He's got the unit advantage by like double. Yeah, he's just and those two naval fabricators down for Xankar. That hurts. That really hurts. That was the two that he'd sent out to try to get his metal extractors back, but yeah, that was stopped pretty quickly. Although Zankar's Tier 2 naval factory is getting very close to being done.
Oh.
Looks like Gregorian Monks is still in the early phases, so it looks like Xankar's actually going to win the race to Tier 2.
Yeah, I missed that completely.
That could pull him back into this game real quickly.
Yeah, because advanced naval is so good against air. So, but then again, how is he gonna reclaim the map control? Still, it's not really. It won't be easy because when like you get two naval advanced ships maybe, but then bombers will just go somewhere else and.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing is when you're relying on air, you have that mobility advantage over your opponent. You can go wherever he's not, which is exactly what Gregorian is doing.
But the problem is that he's not really utilizing his map control too much. There's like very huge metal, there's a lot of metal in between them, and it's actually being taken by Xankar and not by Gregorian monks. So he kinda should have expanded maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
And now there's quite a huge engagement when Gregorian monks lost quite a lot of bombers, actually all of them. So that's again kind of not too good. So the game is still, I think it's again it's pretty close, and again the result is quite open.
Yeah, it's incredibly close. Looks like we already have an advanced fabrication ship going, so Xankar is trying to make up for the loss of map control by building Tier 2 metal extractors in his main base where he can kind of keep control of them. And looks like he is building a Leviathan out of his advanced naval factory right now, which is going to give him a lot of naval presence.
Yeah, I think
Gregorian Monk is expanding out the back side of his base, but yeah, like you said, not on the other side in between him and Xankar, where most of the metal is, to be honest.
Yep, he even made two proxy naval factories, which is a very good idea. But I think he overcommitted to air. He should have probably stayed on 5, maybe 6 air factories, but now he's getting 8. I think so. It really costs him a lot of income, and he doesn't really have enough money to get this tier 2 factory. It's still nearly 40% to be done, so
wow.
That's quite a long time. So now Xankar will have his tier 2 economy kicking in. He will have those superior ships, so the tide might be turning a little bit in his favor. So the idea to get a lot of air in the early game was great, but I feel like he might have stayed slightly too long on this phase of the game, and now he might have problems with holding his advantage. But if he just made some air to get map control, to get advantage in metal, and then use it to get tier 2 naval, that would be perfect. But actually he's getting 80 metal advantage right now, so that's huge.
Looks like both players taking shots at each other's bases right now. Yeah, Xankar's Leviathan doing work. I absolutely love the firing from the Leviathan. It's so awesome. The spread on the shells is just really fun to watch.
Yeah, it's such a boss.
Looks like
where is the Leviathan? I can't find him.
It's in the middle. Hang on, I'll ping it for you. It's in the middle of Xankar's base.
Oh, I thought he
hasn't pushed out with it. He was just using it defensively to start.
Yeah, Leviathan I think is like the coolest unit. I mean, in terms of visual and epicness, it's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Its guns definitely do make that satisfying thud.
Yeah, it's like battleships from Second World War, like the German ones.
Absolutely, man. Oh man, Xankar had a nice proxy base going here, but Gregorian Monks has cleaned that up, so that is no more. Gregorian Monks
Yeah, so
just moving naval factories closer and closer to Xankar's base. It's for naval that's really important because they move quite slowly. You can't rely on mobility of units in this case. You really have to start making proxy bases if you want to be able to attack your opponent quickly.
yeah, actually, look, Gregorian monks totally surrounded Xankar. He's
Yeah.
basically only in his base, and he caught up with tier 2 navy. So I think he's in great spot right now. Maybe it was a
Monks.
mistake to make so many air factories.
Yeah, Gregorian Monks with 3 times the units of Xankar right now. It's not looking good. Not looking good at all.
Well, his sort of last hope is to get enough tier 2 ships and do huge push. But then, most likely, once he moves out, then bombers and interceptors can just fly in and maybe even take out his commander, or at least destroy a lot of stuff in his base. So that's kind of problematic.
Oh, that Leviathan. Xankar pushing out with the Leviathan. I think he's going to try to push back and get some more space so that he can expand a bit, because he's running out of metal extractors. Looks like, oh yeah, Gregorian Monks must have his tier 2 economy up and running, because his metal income is exploding right now. Yeah, he's got some tier 2 metal extractors going down. He's got more than twice the metal income of Xankar right now, and wow, yeah, over 3 times. Just about 3 times the units. But Xankar making a good push here, taking out this proxy base outside of his base.
But that's not enough.
I don't think it is. I think it's too little, too late. But you know, it depends. If Gregorian Monk gives him Gregorian Monks rather gives him enough space and enough time, he might be able to pull himself back into this. But Gregorian Monks has been playing quite a good game so far. I don't think he's going to give him the opportunity.
Taking to tier 2 is might have rushed maybe too early.
Who's that, Xankar or Gregorian?
Xankar, if he had more, he just focused more on holding the metal, claiming at least half of the map, and
That poor Leviathan just chewed up by bombers. Yeah, Xankar made the mistake of having his Leviathan back away from his narwhals, and bombers just chewed the heck out of it.
oh yeah, someone pointed out in the chat that Gregorian Monks also has the island.
Oh yeah, this island down here? Yes.
That's quite a lot of metal as well, so...
Yeah, but I'm still surprised that he's leaving this metal, all this metal in between them is just open, and he's not building on it. I'm surprised he's left it alone this entire game.
But still, I think it's a very good game from...
Oh yeah, Gregorian has been playing an excellent game.
Yeah, right now it basically, I think it's over. I don't see any way how Xankar is supposed to come back from this.
No,
So-
the metal gap and unit gap is just getting wider and wider.
It's even getting orbital radar to be sure that he's not gonna be sniped from. However, actually, look at. No, that's not gonna do anything. There are 4 ships that are kind of close to the commander, but there's Leviathan that's gonna clean this up. So
Yeah, and there's enough bombers that he could bring them back real quick and be done with it. Yeah, they did not make it that far.
I think Xankar is just hoping to do that last huge push with.
Yeah, that's all he's got left.
That's gonna be stomped so hard. bombers in his own Leviathans from Gregorian monks. So let's watch how.
I keep waiting for the push from Gregorian monks to end this, because that's pretty much all that's left, unless he makes a huge mistake. Xankar's pushing out here, and this time he's actually got Narwhal staying near his Leviathan, so it'll be sufficiently protected against bombers. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be able to claw his way back just from this push alone.
Yeah, I think bombers will already still have like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 volleys, which should be enough to take out at least basically every ship that he has.
Maybe.
I mean,
Gregorian does not have that many bombers left, actually, if you look. He's probably got less, maybe a dozen, probably less. Most of those are fighters.
Yeah, but he already has his own Leviathans, so...
Yeah, no, his base is protected. He's got a pretty good naval force sitting outside of his base. He's also got a pretty sizable naval force headed towards Xankar's base.
Yeah, there are. Kraken. I'm wondering how good this is, because I haven't seen it before.
The Kraken? Where's the Kraken?
Yeah, it's Gregorian monks has...
Oh, okay, yeah. The Kraken is the tier 2, the new tier 2 sub that actually doesn't show up on radar. You actually have to have vision of it. Oh, the poor Leviathan. Yep, Xankar's base just getting chewed up from these long-range guns on the Leviathan. It's got some orcas and narwhals. He had a sub working on the outside. It's got plenty of fighters and bombers here to offer protection for his Leviathan as it just chews into his base.
When Leviathan misses, and the valley goes for the half of the map. It's actually fun to watch.
Yeah, I think that's fixed in the PTE. And GG comes out from Xankar. Wow.
Well played.
Way to prove me wrong, Gregorian. Way to prove me wrong.
Yeah. There was not much hesitation right there. Quite convincing win, I think.
I think so.
Although, at the beginning it looked a little bit shaky, but he came back perfectly from just just superior strategy. Really impressed.
Where was this when he started doing a lot of air? It was probably around here. Yeah, right around 7 minutes in or so. He just starts sending out bombers to start taking out all of Xankar's metal extractors. Up until this point, metal was pretty even. It didn't. Even the mobile unit count was pretty even. It didn't really favor either player until this air started getting done at about 7 minutes in, 7.5 minutes in, and these metal extractors started going down. There's just way too many bombers, way too many fighters for Xankar to really do much. And they just start doing work and just boxing Xankar in.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether air is just simply superior or Xankar played it not really well. If he did, I think if he didn't, do those pushes to opponent's base, and he just played it calmly and defended his metal with AA ships and get his tier 2 navy later, get some turrets, AA turrets, and then it might have been.
Yeah, I can't really point to any one thing that Xankar did that led to his downfall. The only thing I can think of is he just ignored air for too long. If he had built up some more air and, like you said, not pushed into a base like this and just taken heavy losses, what did he gain from this?
Yeah,
this push at almost 9 minutes in, he gained I think he ends up killing this other metal extractor maybe. So he killed 2 metal extractors and lost his entire navy. He may have been better served by moving out his naval in groups and spreading them across areas that he wanted to build metal up on, and basically hunkered down, built up a force, and just slowly squeezed in. It might have worked out better for him.
In the middle, there's a lot of metal that can be protected by navy, I think. Actually, this map
absolutely.
is really intelligently designed. So
Yeah,
good
Tivanita
work
has
here,
been
bro.
doing some really good work on these ranked maps.
Yeah, like you
They
can
make
go air, you can go navy right there, and there's like just when you go air, you are more spread out. When you go navy, you can just grab all the metal in the middle. So that's really nice. I really like this map.
makes for quite interesting matches.